was a crazy day, to say the least, man. You know, time is at 8:38, and I'm still out here, as y'all can clearly see, man. Real Medic TV. But that's not even really why I turned this on. I usually don't go live 2 times in a day. But I had to just make that exception today for the simple fact that I came across something that I mean, quite frankly, it blew my mind. It really did, you know. Y'all probably not even gonna believe what I'm about to get ready to show y'all. Realistically, anybody that's been locked in, tuned into the channel, yo, I got boogers in my nose, part of me, man. I've been out here slaving all day, man. Yeah, we done. We just finished wrapping up the shift and all that. I'm getting ready to head back to the station. But before we head back to the station, man, manifestation. Let's talk about it. So what have I been preaching? What have I been basically on here talking about for the last, 2 days? Y'all already know what I'm on. Y'all already know what I've been preaching, man. I came across something today, and I gotta head back now. But I have to just show y'all. Hold on, man. Pardon me. Literally, I want to show y'all something right now. And quite frankly, I don't even care if y'all understand how important and significant this is. It was basically like one of those things where, like I said, today was a pretty rough day for me, man. I was having some doubts, and I was basically just going in circles in my head today, And usually when I get in that kind of mood, I'm usually looking for like some type of, reminder or something to basically get me back on track. I say all that to say this. What I'm staring at right now was literally on the side of the street. This is literally the practical application of one man's trash is another man's treasure. Not to mention, I actually needed one of these. Hey, yo, let me just show y'all, man, because I got to get out of here, man. Understand that. No. Be very, very clear. I need y'all to look at all of that right there. Read that. Pause the video, fam. For everybody watching on the playback, because ain't nobody in here right now. Yeah, we just wrapping up the 9 to 5, y'all. We getting ready to head back. But like I said, I have to come live again, fam. Just for the simple fact that I literally... No. I literally found this the way it is. I didn't write any of this, by the way. I promise you. Like, I have no marker. My handwriting not even this clean, fam. And y'all gonna see over time, because I'm definitely gonna be utilizing this, It need to get cleaned off. It's a little dusty or whatever the case may be. This was in the fucking trash today, fam. Literally, read this right here, fam. Marathon. Mamba mentality. These are my thoughts, is what I'm saying. Literally. Feed empowering thoughts, high frequency. Thoughts, vibrations, emotions. First indicator, manifestations. What have we been on here saying for the past 48 hours? We trying to build a business from the ground up, man. And I do feel like that this was basically, a sign, for me to basically just keep going, to say the least, Peace and love to Carla in the building. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Yeah, we just wrapping up, as you can see. Yeah, we done, fam. Yeah. It's still boxes in here. As a matter of fact, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm gonna bring this back to the station. Yeah, we don't steal packages, fam. I feel like they tried to line me up today, man. This wasn't even on my itinerary, fam. But what we getting ready to do, let me put it down so that, we want to keep that on the ground so that, it's not falling over. I might bend the corner a little too hard or something. Yeah, we getting ready to just ride back to the station. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. But this right here, mind blown. Understand that I literally sat, who is that, man? Jalo in the building. Y'all names be crazy. This is not even, it's kind of broken or whatever. But like I said, man, not to mention, I literally needed one of those, and I was thinking about that as well. Let me get out of here, though, y'all. Yeah, I had to go back live, man. Because I couldn't believe, like I said, when I seen it, it hit me. It hit me to say the least, I damn near was crying out this motherfucker. Like, is this the sign I needed? It was, though. It was. Because if I'm just being honest with y'all, man, I come on here, peace and love to everybody that's tuned in. Let me turn the light on, man. Pardon me, man. We getting ready to head back to the station and all that. Yeah, the work is done. Yeah, 8:43 p.m., man. This is what it looks like once again. So if you guys are wondering why I'm not doing, basically where I am when I'm not live, this is basically what it looks like, right? It's gonna be days where I'm basically out, putting in that work. My van is very, very low battery right now. I really need to get up out of here, man. Fortunately, I'm not that far. OP, Mason, peace and love. What do you mean by OP? Double tap that screen for me, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. We just trying to turn, lemons into lemonade. That's all. So yeah, every now and then I'm gonna come on here and pop my shit, man. I know what I mean. Pardon me, y'all. I'm actually riding my park. Can y'all see this park? Y'all can't really see it. It's kind of dark or whatever. But I definitely used to put in a lot of pain in here. He said, "What time is it?" It's currently 8:44 p.m. I'm in New York City, man. That's Eastern Standard Time right there. And believe it or not, who that? Was what? Mickey Mile on the road. Was what? Drop some, some conversations, some, topics in the chat, man, that y'all want me to talk about. Otherwise I'm just gonna be on here rambling, right? That white boy that I literally seen on the side of the street today, random as fuck, I can't even really explain to you, how crazy that was, man. Everything that's on it, like I said, the Mamba down to the Mamba, I don't really feel like I've seen that for no reason, right? I still have to say this. I basically went from here to here once I seen that, right? Because I almost crashed out today. I'm going to just be real, real honest and transparent with y'all, man. He said was. What time is it? I seen that already. Peace and love to everybody in the building. I could come on here and I could talk about, I could basically preach all of that, inspiration. And obviously, yeah, I truly do feel like those things are important. But at the same time, what I'm saying is this. I'm only human, right? So, yeah, it's times where I don't really necessarily, where I'm basically struggling to basically stay on track, right? I say, I can say this. Today was definitely one of those days for me, man, where I was kind of just dealing with a lot of uncertainty, and realistically, it's going to be days like that, right? That's why it's important to, just kind of, I don't know, man, just try to basically establish something, that you can always run to or basically pull from when you're basically in those moods, in those situations, right? It's not going to always be on YouTube, You might need to really do some real soul searching, and you might need to get a whiteboard for real and write some shit down. Appreciate those 3 likes and write, some thoughts down and, basically try to manifest those thoughts. Manifestation is so important, man. And once again, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was definitely confirmation, me seeing that. Like, literally, I woke up yesterday and was like, yo, I need to get a whiteboard, man. So I still have to say this, man. I feel really, really, optimistic. Like I said, once again, 2026. Yeah. I do feel like this is the year when drastic change needs to be made. I'm going to turn you down, though. Pipe down, okay? I'm talking about manifestation, okay? Like commercials going on in the background. Am I going to make this like drive safe, people? Don't, need that break, though. Hold on, man. Good right here, man. What time is it, man? 8:47. I already got 13 minutes to get back to the station. Believe it or not, they actually time us, so we don't get back at a certain time. Realistically, they haven't really been on my head about it lately, because around this time of the year, obviously the volume of the packages goes up because it's the holiday season. So they kind of been scaling back on that. I say all that to say this. I already got 13 minutes to get back, man. But like I said, I only really just came on here to just show that, I really, really can't believe how, the timing and everything of that, man. So like I said, man, once again, y'all already know I'm going to be back on here on Monday and all that, as far as, my workout journey. The marathon continues on Monday. Mamba Mentality Monday, absolutely. We're going to keep that going. And we're going to try to stay consistent with that throughout the entire year, right? Because obviously, last year, 2025, was the year I started my journey, right? So now we have an opportunity to start fresh, at the top of the year, right? And I'm just really, really excited, man. Stepping into the new year, just, basically a new version of myself, right? A better version of myself. And that, once again, there's still a lot of work to be done. At the end of the day, just make sure you're doing the work, man. That's really all I could really say these days, man, because the work is definitely important. There's a lot of shortcuts that you can take to basically get success out here. Yeah, you could go a lot of different routes to get success. You could take a shortcut. You could take the easy way out, right? Or you can actually put the work in. Work on yourself and basically earn the things that you actually want out here. Now that route is gonna take a little longer. Let's just be honest and let's be clear. Everybody left and shit. It's all good, fam. That's gonna be a longer route. But at the end of the day, it's all about just knowing basically what you want out of life, man. Right now I'm really just rambling, going in circles. Like I said, that whiteboard bust me in the head today. Like I said, man, I can't even make a left right here though. Man, that's kind of crazy. Yes, I can. You doing it? You not be a follower, you be a leader though. But nah, in this particular situation, like I said, I do got to get back. We're gonna go ahead and bust this. Yo, what's so crazy? I'm actually about to try to. I'm actually close to where I live right now. Unfortunately, I gotta go back this way, man, because that's where the station is at, and I can't take this shit home, man. My battery is on 21% right now. Yeah, unfortunately, these electric vehicles, they don't hold up so well in the cold. You got it, bro. Go ahead, man. You got it, man. Yeah, so my battery's definitely draining right now. I definitely wanted to talk about something else. Yeah. So I got some new music predictions for 2026, man. Right now, you are tuned in to the Everybody Can't Go podcast on the road edition, fam. Yeah. We on the road with it. Let's talk about some new music this year in 2026. Let's talk about some albums that we're looking forward to. My guy, LES Penguin in the building. Pardon me, y'all. I'm not even looking at the chat and engaging. LES Penguin, I saw your comment the other day, too. I meant to reply to it, but I got jammed up, That's another reason why I got to come on here. I got to show y'all what I got going on, man. They'll make it easy for me, to basically focus on the things that I would rather focus on, right? Which is why I only come to this shit 3 days a week, man. And low-key, I'm starting to feel like, it is what it is, man. They sent me a rescue today. They sent me 2 rescues today. So I'm not gonna talk too crazy about them today, man. Because realistically, I feel like they owning me now. Low-key, I feel like my manager has my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they be watching some of my videos. Personally, I'm not gonna stop posting, man. Because like I said, first things first, this is my platform. I'm gonna post whatever I feel inspired to post. Let's just start there, right? I ain't new to this, I'm true to this, man. I'm not worried about any outside noise. When I'm inspired to move, or when I'm inspired to talk, I'm gonna do that. He said, where are you going? I'm heading back to the station to bring the van back, I just got finished doing my route for the day. And yeah, 9 p.m., fam. Fortunately, I'm off. Tomorrow's my rest day, and then I'm off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That is by choice, by the way. Because like I said, yeah, I'm just at a point now where I truly understand the significance of time, right? Time really is money, right? So realistically, I would much rather have more time to basically spend, getting real work done, right? Which is the work that we need to be doing on ourselves. These jobs, these corporations, man, these companies, man, let's be clear, like they wouldn't mind hiring individuals who basically are just gonna come and basically dedicate their lives for 50 years to this company, fam. I'm not doing that. I've never been at a company longer than 2 years, fam, and that's just because Willmatic TV, I gotta keep it moving, man. Movement is medicine, fam. I can't stay still for too long, and realistically, 9 times out of 10, there'd be a lot of weird shit going on in these places, man, and that's just the honest truth, man. I'm not an individual who, like, I pride myself on having integrity, right? And standing on that, right? So what I'm saying is this, you find yourself in situations where, it doesn't really seem like everybody out here is moving with integrity, man. And I don't want to get into too much detail, right? Because that could be a whole 2-hour live, man, quite frankly, right? In due time, man, I really feel like I need to write a book or do a documentary at this point, man. Somebody gonna feel my pain, fam. Somebody gonna hear my story, and I'm gonna inspire somebody, man. What Tupac said, I might not change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, you know. I do feel like that's a very, very powerful quote, you know. Speaking of the world, man, what the fuck is going on in the world right now, man? Pardon my language, man. I just been out here for 12 goddamn hours, okay? I just cleared a whole van. The whiteboard is crazy, and I was really supposed to go, damn, if I leave that joint, because I got to come back this way, believe it or not, y'all. I'm going to have to carry this shit, man. I'm trying to see, like, where can I leave this shit, man? Without motherfuckers interfering with it. Nah, it's garbage. Niggas is throwing the garbage trucks is going by and shit. They gonna probably think it's garbage. We not doing that, man. Like, what are the chances that you find a whiteboard with literally all of your thoughts that you literally been thinking for the past 48 hours? All of them literally on the whiteboard. Like, understand that I didn't write none of that shit down. It was already on there, right? So that's what kind of got me a little... He said, when you post, you inspire a lot of people, even if you don't realize it, man. I appreciate that. So I'm going to keep posting that, you know. And there it is. If y'all inspired, I'll keep posting, you know. Because like you know, like, yeah, I do feel like you just never know who's going through what and basically how they can relate to you or, you know, how you can inspire them, right? So yeah, absolutely. This ain't really like content, if I'm just being honest. This is really just me more venting. I'm bored. I'm on my way back to the station. And I have a philosophy and I have a theory now. Obviously, I'm trying to run up, you know, I want to monetize my YouTube channel, right? So I'm just like, fam, obviously I can't really do the things I want to do on the days that I have to work, right? But that doesn't mean that I can't get some watch hours out of these motherfuckers, right? So absolutely, fam. I'm not just driving around delivering packages in my everyday life. Why not try to utilize some of this? And let's just see what happens, man. That last short I posted actually starting to go up now, fam. Which is crazy, man. Because it's not really, once again, that was just a, you know, isolated situation, you know. Yeah, I'm in a really, I'm in an undescribable mood, quite frankly, you know. I actually still got a lot of energy after my shift is crazy. Damn, do I need to work out right now, fam? Would y'all like to see, y'all want to see some, come on now. Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not up for it right now, honestly. Saturday night, I don't really work out on Saturday night, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. I do need to, like, start basically making it more of a, it can't just be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Because those are really the only 3 days that I really go hard and work out, you know. Every other day, it's just really me just, you know, kind of, I'm not really doing much routine. I'm just doing, you know, a few reps here and there. Obviously, I have the dip bar in the house now, and it's been amazing, right? I'm really, really enjoying that dip bar. Absolutely. You gotta do at least 10 before you leave the house, man, right? I'm at a point now where, like, I'm starting to look forward to getting on the dip bar, right? Which I do feel like is a great thing. Other than that, though, let's talk about some new music in 2026, man. Come on, let's go. Yeah, let's have a conversation, man. Let me show y'all that I'm not just out here. We wear many hats out here, man. So right now, we about to get into podcast mode, man. Everybody can't go podcast. Everybody, you know, #1 independent podcast in the world. Season 4 out now on all DSPs. I actually was just listening to one of my previous episodes, you know. I was bumping that shit all day. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Which one episode was that? I forgot. I think it was 48. I had to say this, man. New music in 2026. So before I, you know, start rambling off, what you saying, Penguin? He said you could become a mechanic. If you want to. Really? If it fits you. But don't I have to get a license for that? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to get a mechanic license for that, right? I'm pretty sure I could do that. That's not really something that, if I'm just being honest, Penguin, I don't know, man. Right now, the real honest truth is, the reason why I'm even here at this job right now, right? Because Amazon obviously is a large company. I've actually worked for previous, you know, other DSPs, you know, because Amazon is the, you know, obviously the parent company, but then you have other you know, basically smaller companies underneath that. I know this garbage truck ain't about to do me like this right now, bro. Like right here, this is where they gonna catch me, right here on the way back, right when I get to the, come on, man. This is the shit we gotta deal with out here, man. That it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just wait though, because realistically, I'm close to the, I could go around too. How long he gonna take right here though, man? You good, my brother? Go ahead, man. Alright, we good. He moving now, man. I had to bust a move all day, man. Anytime you see the garbage truck, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just get out of Dodge, fam. Because what happens is when you're still on your route, you know, you can't really control the garbage truck, man. And I do feel like some of these motherfuckers do take pride in the fact that they can basically block the whole street off. Me personally, I don't mind walking back a few, you know, sometimes 2 blocks, man, if I'm gonna avoid basically jamming somebody else up, because that's just the courtesy that I display, or the courtesy that I, you know, basically choose to, you know, share with these damn people. But you know, unfortunately, everybody's not as courteous, you know. Yeah, some people do like to basically do weird shit. I still have to say that fuck all that, man, because we already got all that off yesterday. Y'all already know. I feel like I was getting ready to make a point though. Yeah. I was saying that the only reason why I'm here is because it's convenient, man. I'm just being honest. Like, this shit is in walking distance from my house. It's the winter time right now, right? So needless to say, I don't really have to deal with that element as much because this is in close proximity to where I live, right? Otherwise, this job is ass. Let's just have a real transparent conversation about Amazon. You don't want to work for Amazon, man. And it's not even so much Amazon. Let me not do that. It's not really just Amazon. It's really just, like I said, these fucking sub companies underneath it, right? These independent contractors that come and buy routes and shit. I'm not really sure what a lot of these motherfuckers got going on, but you'll find that it's a lot of just, you know, basically nepotism, man. Let me just call a spade a spade. It's a lot of nepotism in this shit. It's a lot of favoritism in this shit. Now, for me personally, like I said, you know, I know I don't mind putting in that work, right? Where I have an issue, though, is where, you know, you basically don't value my time the same way that I value my time, right? And like I said, I could get into more detail than that, and I'm not going to even do that, man. We'll save that conversation for another time, man. But just know that if you out here working for somebody else, you know, it's going to be a lot of, you got to just find that balance, man, and find the time to really, you know, basically do the real work that you need to do on yourself, man. And don't let that bar go over your head. Penguin, what you saying there? Pardon me, man. I can't really. He said, did you drop out or did you? I definitely dropped out. I actually dropped out in the 8th grade, believe it or not. I've been to like 3 different junior high schools this year. Now this is like, we getting into the book now, man. I plan on writing a book, Penguin, and at some point, I will have all of that information out. Your man over here acting like he couldn't just wait. Y'all good? Y'all speeding by? Where y'all about to go, fam? This is Cozine Avenue, fam. There's nothing over here, bro. But prostitutes and syringes and shit on the floor. That nigga sped by like somebody was holding him up, man. Where you going, man? I'm going this way for a reason. I gotta bring the van back to the station, man. Where you going this way, man? Anyway. Penguin, what you was saying though about, yeah, I dropped out in the 8th grade, man. Yeah, the school thing, yeah, that's a whole book within itself, fam. Me versus the educational system. I done had to go to court. I done been sued, all type of shit, fam. Just for trying to get an honest education. Yeah, nah, I definitely did drop out though. I have my GED though, and I've been to college, and you know, I've experienced, you know, the college life to a certain degree. He said, did you drop out? Did you see that? He said it happens a lot. I hate that too. You could become a mechanic if you want, and it fits you. Really? You think so? It pays more than delivery, and it's almost the exact same time. Yeah, for sure, you know. Trades and different things like that, you know, absolutely. It's always an option, you know. And like I said, man, I'm not the individual who's gonna sit around and basically, like, Penguin, I've been working jobs since I've been 18, you know. I'm 38 years old now. Do the math on that. That's 20 years right there of me really grinding, and, you know. So realistically, I'm coming on here to show y'all this. I've been on this grind, right? This ain't, I'm not doing this, man. I done worked for Amazon, you know. I've never done no mechanic shit, but I've worked in those places as well, you know, plumbing places, all of it. I've seen it all, fam. Hospitals. And like I said, man, damn. I don't even, y'all gonna be able to see this, man? Once again, man, you know, it's kind of just, I don't know if y'all saw, like, they out here on the catwalk and shit. I should turn this off now, huh? We getting ready to head back to the station, man. It's Saturday, it's crazy. So I'm definitely getting ready to head back to the lab, you know. I gotta draw up some things, man, plan some things out. I got my new whiteboard now, which is crazy. You know, and like I said, man, I just been in a really, really undescribable mood, you know. I just feel like it's time to make a change though, man. You know. You said that's what you need to do. I seen that already, man. Shout out to the 4 people that liked the video, man. I appreciate the double taps. And like I said, man, yeah, we gonna turn this shit into watch hours now, man. Cause realistically, I'm not doing shit while I'm doing this right now. Right? If I can get a couple watch hours out of this, man, why not, man? It's 2026. I need to monetize this page by the end of the year, fam. If I'm not able to monetize my YouTube by the end of 2026, I'm ghosting this shit. That's a fact. I will never post another video again, you know. Or I might just migrate to Twitch, you know. We'll see. We good? Because, you know, these motherfuckers, they don't have no respect when they see the Amazon van. They cut you off, all type of shit, man. I'm getting ready to get off of here, man. Like I said, you know, the next time I'll be back on here should be Monday, you know. And I'm trying to really figure out what it is I want to... What's the weather looking like for Monday, realistically? Is it going to be cold on Monday? I'm pretty sure it's going to be like in the 30s. Alright? So we probably will be reporting live from the indoor. You good, my boy? You got more than enough. You got all that space and opportunity, man. What's up with you niggas, man? No, bro, I'm a new driver too. It's crazy. Like, I mean, everybody's not an experienced driver. I get it, man. What I'm saying is this, man. Driving is really not that hard. It's really not. I'm literally driving with my thumb and my index finger right now, man. This shit is light, bro. All you gotta do is just pay attention, man, and be alert, man. And that be the problem with a lot of these motherfuckers, man. Everybody is not alert for some reason. I don't understand that shit, man. Once you leave your house, fam, you should be on that type of time. Anyway, man, I really just came on here to brag about my whiteboard, you know, and obviously, you know, everything that was on it, like I said, that really put me in a different place mentally, man. Because like I said, you know, you could get in your head and, you know, just be, you know, I needed that. I just needed that. I did. I really just needed that. And, you know, like I said, man, just stay tuned and keep it locked, man. 2026, you know, we gonna be slapping y'all all year, man, with inspiration, motivation, dedication, and determination. My name is Will Medic TV. I should go in the station with the live still on and all that, fam. Y'all want to see the building, man? Y'all want to see what it look like, fam? Huh? Y'all want to see some of these characters that I gotta, you know what I'm saying? What they put in front of you, the hurdles that they put in front of you to make you, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me stop talking shit on here, man. If I really start telling the real, you know what I'm saying? What's really going on for real and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to come on here and talk about this shit for real, you know, like I said. But now it's about turning lemons into lemonade. Am I the only one? I didn't see nobody else come this way. If I'm the last driver headed back, and that's the other thing, man. Yeah, today was kind of crazy, man. I'm not really sure. Yeah, going forward, man, it's time for change, man. LS Penguin, I appreciate your feedback, though. That mechanic, yeah, we gonna look into that, man. I'm not really sure if, maybe not mechanic, but we definitely gonna be looking into some other things, you know, because you definitely do need more than one. You can't have your eggs all in one basket, right? So I do feel like what you're saying is definitely important, and I appreciate that, you know. In other words, yeah, like, you know, you don't have to basically do one thing, you know. I get it. Like I said, it's kind of convenient right now. Yeah, man. And believe it or not, at one point in time, this was kind of like a dream job for me, if I'm just being honest, you know. I started off as a helper for UPS, right? I'm just being honest, right? I was a helper for UPS. This is years ago, maybe like 2013, 2014, around there, right? When I first started. I got bounced around as a helper, you know, literally out on the street, you know, cold, freezing, your fingers got frostbites, man. All of that. I really grinded, and I really wanted to be a UPS driver, you know. But that kind of didn't work out, you know. I ended up going from being a helper. But let me show y'all how my work ethic is really the real deal, though, man. How I go from being a helper to a manager. Like, understand that that's not even, like, I was the only person in my building that made that transition, right? You don't usually just go from off the street into the, you know, as a permanent hire, as a manager, right? Damn, I went in on the wrong side again. I don't know why You got the gate. I'm gonna just swing through here, man. Let me see, man. I'm about to turn this off, man. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. Monday, Mama Mentality Monday, man. We'll be back on. Everybody can't go, but everybody can grow. And leave it over here, man. Stay tuned and keep it locked until the next video or episode drops. Peace, love, and prosperity. We're Matic. Penguin, you already know what it is. Monday, man. I'll be back on Monday. Who this right here? Nicholas. I ain't see you, man, but peace, love, and prosperity. Double tap that screen. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Mamba Mentality Monday, man. Stay tuned and keep it locked.